Hi, my name is John.
Hi, my name is Parker. And today we're going to be scaping two 90LA dual all-in-one aquariums. We're going to be showing you guys two very different ways to scape the same tank. I'm going to be doing a saltwater tank.
And I'll be doing a freshwater planted aquarium.
The dual all-in-one lineup is designed for both marine and freshwater use, and we have a line of accessories to accompany both these styles of aquarium.
And we chose this unique 90LA footprint due to its peninsula style. It's viewable from three sides, the front, side, and the back. So hopefully today we can come up with some hardscapes that utilize that footprint.
As we do that, we're going to show you guys some helpful tips and tricks that can be applied to both marine and freshwater. So let's get into it. For my saltwater scape, I chose to go with this purple Marco rock, and I really like the variation that these rocks add with these horizontal lines.
For my scape, I'm using gray river slate stone. The whole concept behind my scape is to kind of replicate the platforms that you can create with Marco rocks for saltwater. I've never done this before, but basically I stacked a ton of slate stone together, kind of like a sandwich. And in between, what I did was I stuffed it with tissue paper. That's like my peanut butter and jelly. And then I sprinkled on a little crushed slate to hide all the tissue paper in between.
I've never seen that river slate used like that, so I'm excited to see how your tank turns out.
It's also my first time doing this, so I have no idea how it will turn out. Very experimental for me.
To hide my tissue paper and glue, I'm using the Marco rock powder. And what's nice about this is once I glue and add the tissue paper to my rock work, I can like sprinkle it on top and it'll naturally hide a lot of that tissue paper with this natural purple looking powder. So yeah, really nice little addition to complement your rock work. So as I'm gluing, I'm just shoving the powder onto the drying glue. It will stick by itself.
Over on the freshwater side, you could technically do the same thing, which is exactly what I did. I had tissue paper and liquid super glue to connect the rocks. The only thing we don't really have is the powdered rock. We just had to create it on our own. I used a hammer and I basically broke one slab of slate stone into like a finely crushed powder. And that's what I'm using in between the joints, basically. So now that I've put down my three main plateaus, I've left some parts of it slightly glued together, but it's still modular, where I can shift things around, so nothing's really 100% permanent. And I'm also adding in bridges that are very reminiscent of saltwater scapes. Even if you have a structure stacked, what you can do is in between the slabs, you can stab more tiny slabs into it, creating extra texture, because these rocks come extra flat. So in order to create these crevices here and these shadowy areas with little miniature cliffs, all I did was create the big structure, the main structure first, and then add little tiny slabs in between. I'm adding my final bridge, and this bridge I pre-built and pre-glued when I was creating the foundations of this plateau and this plateau. And I kind of guesstimated where I was going to put this bridge. So right now, all I'm trying to do is slot it into a very natural crevice.
I feel like that's something you don't see as often with freshwater scapes, whereas that's like commonplace for a lot of saltwater scapes. Saltwater uses a lot more arches, but I like what you did with the slate stone. I feel like it's something I've never really seen before, so can't wait to see it planted.
I think with freshwater though, the arches and the bridges are purely decorative, but for saltwater, it's very practical to have arches and bridges, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to divide mine up into different platforms, so if I have more aggressive corals, I can kind of keep them separated from one another.
And on my end, it's just more area for me to plant different types of plants, maybe have a mix of mosses or foreground plants creeping down each and every step, just to create actual layers of plants. So now I'm just gonna double check my last and final arch / bridge, and if it's good visually, I'm gonna permanently glue it down, and this will be the final hardscape for the freshwater version.
Super sick. And I got a couple more rocks to go with mine. I like that me and you both have these horizontal lines that are kind of going through both of our scapes. I think that's really cool. The Marco rock has these just natural horizontal kind of deviations between them. So I think it's really cool that you replicated that with the Slate.
Yeah.
And that is it for the hardscape in this video, you guys. I'm super stoked on how your Slate rock turned out. I can't wait to see what you end up stocking and planning this tank with. I think it'll be super interesting, something I haven't really seen before. And hopefully I end up going with some cool corals. Both these tanks are gonna be displayed at Reefapalooza 2024. Hopefully you guys got the chance to check them out while they were there. And if not, we're gonna overlay some B-roll of the final tanks, scaped with fish and everything.
Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. Follow us on Instagram, Ultum John, Ultum Parker, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you guys.